Thanks as always for listening to We'll Talk About This at Home. I'm really, really excited to be sharing this very special episode with all of you. The guys from 3 for All came and had an Infinity War speculative discussion with us. 3 for All is a live stream segment that happens twice a week on our friend Literally Tony's Twitch TV channel. That's really hard to say, and I hope all of you try to say that 5 times fast. Literally Tony's Twitch TV channel. But before we launch into the actual meat and potatoes of this episode, I just wanted to say that we had some technical issues when we recorded, unfortunately. So I'm a bit sad to say that the quality of this one may be a bit not so great. So for that, I apologize, and I hope you guys can focus on content over quality for this one. I didn't want to scrap the episode entirely because there's so many awesome theories that were shared, and we did have a lot of fun hosting them on the podcast. Plus, because we're not in a studio, as we state at the start of every episode, we're in the comfort of our own home. So you'll hear the usual sounds of our neighborhood in the background also, and you might even hear Tucker walking across the floor. We are not professionals by any means. But in any case, thanks as always for listening, and I hope you're all as excited as I am for Infinity War, which is in theaters this Friday. Without further ado, here is the episode. Thank you for listening to We'll Talk About This at Home, a podcast where we discuss film merits and blunders in the comfort of our own home. I'm Megan.
And I'm Andrew.
And this is a very special episode
with special guests.
Our podcast with very, very special guests. First of all, thanks for listening, as always.
We're very grateful.
We're very, very grateful. Second of all, as we said, we have special guests today, and I'd like to have each of them go around and introduce themselves. So we'll start with Adam.
Hello, I'm Adam. And I am a friend of Andrew and Megan, and I come here with my other friends as well, which we'll also be giving you intros. But yeah, I love pop culture, maybe even just as much as Andrew and Megan do.
I think so.
I hope so. That's why we're friends, right?
And that's why you're here.
The basis of our friendship.
If you lied to us, you're in the wrong place.
Yeah, I think we've seen a couple of Marvel movies together. I think in the past. I don't remember exactly which, because there's just
the good ones.
So many, but yeah. Yeah, I hope to see more movies with both of you in the future, of course.
Yeah.
We've also seen a couple DC movies together.
I don't even remember those.
We saw Man of Steel
They're
together.
very forgettable.
Yes, and we saw Batman v Superman together.
Right.
But whoa, I can't believe I talked about DC immediately. I don't.
Well, we usually talk about it in angry.
I'll leave now, everyone. Have a great day.
But yeah, democracy, right? You gotta keep things balanced.
You know, consider the antithesis of what you're here to talk about.
Yes.
Awesome. Thanks, Adam. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you.
Tony.
Really, thank you very much, Andrew, Megan, for having us. My name is Tony. I guess I know Andrew, Megan, and you guys for a long time friends. But yeah, I am one of the hosts of our segments, but I guess we'll go after that afterwards. Okay. But what do I like to do? I like to play Magic. I like just going out socializing. Food's always good. But yeah, plants are cool.
Stream.
Yeah, we stream as well. So that's also a new hobby of mine. So
on Twitch,
on Twitch, yes.
Yeah.
So that it is a channel that I started out, I would say, end of November. And kind of decided to create different segments. One of the segments being called 3 for All, where we kind of take chat suggestions and kind of immerse the chat as much as we can. So if that's something that floats your boat, definitely pop a visit over to Twitch wherever we're live, and yeah, that's basically all me.
Yeah,
it's really good. I even made a special appearance.
Yes,
in probably their best episode.
Crossover.
Honestly, right?
We have the data.
So much value.
Listen, don't steal Krishna's thunder.
Yeah, guys, I'm leaning in. I found him the perfect partner.
Oh yeah,
he owes me everything.
He found me my partner Goku. And just to introduce myself, my name is Krishna. I'm part of the stream that Tony and Adam do. And thank you, Megan and Andrew for having me. And Tucker for having me on today. I also love pop culture and love movies, gaming. Like I'm more of a gamer than anything else. Right now I'm playing God of War. It's amazing. If anyone
I've heard really good things.
It's amazing, and I'm pretty psyched for this this podcast today.
Yeah, I'm
It's gonna be
excited.
good.
So much theory
Oh,
crafting.
it's gonna be good.
Yeah. So I guess I should explain what we're doing today. So we are here today to talk about and speculate mostly about what we think will happen in Infinity War. Avengers Infinity War. Let's give the title its proper title. That it's coming out officially in 5 days, which is a week earlier than its original release date.
But we made it.
We made it.
We made it.
As for those of you who have listened to our other episodes, you know that Andrew and I have gone through. I almost said we've read all 18 movies.
We read all 18 IMDb descriptions.
That's
Yeah,
true. We've
yes.
read all 18 of the IMDb descriptions.
So we're set. We know what's happening.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We also happen to watch all of them and have a brief
That doesn't
discussion
matter. The
about them.
IMDb descriptions are where the details are at.
But we wanted to take this opportunity to bring in some friends and have a bit of a roundtable discussion about what we think is going to happen in Infinity War. So it's going to be a fun time. Something that we're going to do is utilize a bit of a randomizer, which is something that y'all do on your Twitch stream.
You heard.
Can one of you explain the randomizer?
I can explain the randomizer because I was just pointed at. I can do that.
It's essentially like a not it situation.
Eye contact is important. On the Twitch stream that we do on Tony's Twitch channel, literally Tony, Krishna, Tony, and I have this kind of pop culture debate kind of segment going on, and it's called Three for All because there's 3 of us, and it's a free for all, just debate wise. So
Such a great name.
it's a working title. We still might
I
change
like
it because there's the people that own this other game out there might be listening.
Oh,
so.
yeah.
But
I still like it.
we do utilize randomization a lot because there's just so many things to talk about. So we do specify that it's about popular cultural characters. So a lot of the Marvel Universe characters have been suggested. Other comic book characters, movie characters, TV show characters. The Simpsons are always very popular.
Amazing.
So we get everyone in the chat box to suggest which characters we should have kind of in our roster for that round.
Mhm.
Then we randomize the list of characters, and then each one of us gets one of those characters to debate on. And then we also, because we love randomization so much, we randomize the topic that we're debating with those characters on. So we could have like Homer Simpson, Iron Man, and Mickey Mouse, for example. Each one of us, Tony, Krishna, and I, get one of those characters, and the random topic is who makes the best peanut butter waffles. Exactly. Who makes the best waffles? And then we have 2 minutes to debate live on Twitch.
It's like live Mad Libs.
Yes.
Yes.
And
per
it's
person.
per person.
Per person.
2
2
minutes
minutes per person. Yeah.
And it's fun, and we just love the fact that now we're going to be talking about all these Infinity War characters today, and we could totally randomize all that for all of you listening.
Amazing. So what we're going to do today is actually randomize both the primary and secondary characters of the MCU. Now, this is where it gets a little tricky. Andrew had a fun time figuring out who would be classified as primary and secondary. Now, dear listeners, you may or may not agree with this classification system, but you're
You
not
won't.
here, so we're doing it. So between all the characters, we deduced that there's 38
Yeah.
characters, correct?
Worth talking about.
Quote unquote, worth talking about.
Yeah. Only 38.
Only 38, yeah. So there are 17 primary characters, 13 secondary
Secondary characters.
characters. Now, those of you who can do math, not me. 8. There are 8 we would consider tertiary characters. But for the sake of not spending an abundant amount of time talking about each person, we're going to try to exclusively talk about primary and secondary characters, and there may be some offshoot discussion. We're also going to try to limit ourselves to only talk about each character for 2 minutes.
It's the lofty goal.
Further to that challenge, we're also going to talk about very specific things. We're going to start by discussing where we last saw them in whichever movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe that we did last see them. And then we will discuss where we think they will be at the start of Infinity War. And the hard question of will they or won't they survive the first part of Infinity War. Infinity, like the part 2 of this is still untitled.
Oh, yeah.
Because they said that the title would
Yeah.
Give it away.
It would give it away. So that for the sake of argument with what we're discussing today, I will just call it Infinity War Part 1, Part 2. I might say things like in a post Phase 3 world, stuff like that. I think the best way to tackle this is to just go right into it.
Yeah.
But before we start with that, if we can just sort of each explain where we're at with our viewings, because I'm purposefully calling Tony out on this.
Thanks, Megan.
I mean, me and Megan are easy. We just finished watching all of them straight through.
I love how inclusive this podcast is. 'Cause you're inviting everybody.
Yeah. I mean, different views, right? Like,
I mean, Tony showed up and then he told me that he hasn't seen all of them. I had to, like, send him home.
He even brought his mic. I mean,
yeah, I mean, it's his Twitch channel, like, and I'm just like, you gotta know.
Didn't seem right.
So as I've already poked and prodded at you, Tony, how many of these movies have you seen?
Oh my god! So what? There's what
18.
18 in
Yep.
total.
That's far, yeah.
6 a phase.
Where does Age of Ultron fit? Like which number is that one?
That's
Age of Ultron ends Phase 2.
So it's, no, it doesn't. It's
Oh,
number
Ant-Man
11.
technically.
It's the
So,
11th
like,
movie.
So, yeah.
11. So is Black Panther the 18th technically?
Yes.
So that means there's a whole gap there that between Age of Ultron to Black Panther that I've.
You haven't seen it all?
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
So-
After
but-
Age of Ultron, he just dropped out.
I was
Nope.
gonna say.
That's when things got really good. Tony's like, you know what?
Shit.
It's getting real good now.
Or he's just like,
I'm out.
too intense.
I'm out.
But again, that being said, though, like there's always trailers, there's always like Reddit discussions that I kind of just pop in and out of, or just like stuff that like I watch on YouTube that kind of just kind of give me a whole rundown of the series. But overall, like in terms of like actual sitting down and watching the movie, Black Panther technically is the last movie I've seen, but prior to that would have been Age of Ultron.
Okay.
I feel like
amazing.
I feel like there's actually one or two maybe I've seen afterwards, but I just can't think of it chronologically at the moment. But
Sure.
I'm gonna throw some titles at you, and you let me know if you've seen them. So
Sure.
between Age of Ultron and Black Panther, Ant-Man,
No.
Civil War,
No.
Doctor Strange.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. That's all.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right.
Homecoming. Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. We're good.
All right.
Thor Ragnarok.
No.
Holy shit. Okay. But I mean, still a considerable amount of
Yeah,
Phase
yeah,
3
yeah.
has been seen.
Okay.
So yeah.
Cool.
Okay. I was just curious. I mean, I call you out on that. But
Hey, no worries.
by the way, we
Totally
swear
fine.
on this podcast, and by
Sweet.
we, I mean me.
Feel free.
All right.
Cool. Sweet. Right.
Krishna, how about you?
I've seen everything. I've seen them multiple times. I've seen all the one shots. I've read most of the comics attached to them. So
Your
Pretty-
breadth of knowledge.
well, we'll see about that. I'd say my favorites out of all of them are the Captain America movies. So the trilogy, that it would be the top for me, followed by Iron Man and so forth. But yeah, I'm pretty well versed and I'm ready to go.
Awesome.
Amazing. Adam, how
You'll
about
carry
you?
Tony.
I got Tony.
I think we're all carrying Tony.
He's just here to watch. So Adam?
I'm up to date on the Marvel Cinematic Universe in terms of releases. I won't remember sometimes chronologically what happened in which or finer details like trivia points, but I do love like the huge broad strokes, like the pivotal things that happen in each movie with the characters, so that they arc and they grow and that they come to Infinity War with a lot on the table to either sacrifice or offer in some other way. But I don't think anyone else watches it, but I watch Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the TV series, and I know it might not have too much connection with Infinity War, but there's a lot of good stuff in that series too. And maybe even when Black Widow comes up, I think a lot of stuff that happened in Agent Carter
Really?
covers the fact that they don't need a Black Widow movie. And I don't know why no one's talking about it, because no one probably watched Agent Carter, right?
I know
That's
some people
another
have.
thing. I know a few people that have also.
Yeah.
I think that's something I'm going to want to pick your brain about,
Yeah.
because outside of the 18 films, we haven't watched anything directly relatable. I mean, all the Netflix series we've watched.
Yeah.
But Agent Carter, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the Guardians of the
one-shots.
Galaxy cartoon, which all technically ties into the same universe,
Oh, yeah?
we haven't watched any of.
Cartoon.
So, yeah, I'd be curious to... I need you to just basically tell me what of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I should watch. Even
Well,
if
we
you
can
think
talk
it's
about
from
that
start to
later.
finish. Yeah, sorry, later. later,
Well,
not now.
One other thing too, because the Infinity Stones are a big part of the Infinity War movie and what Thanos is trying to control. I play this video game called Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, and the stones are very active in that game. So I wonder if those properties are going to be adapted to the movie as well, because that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I'm
intrigued to know how the stones, because you've seen them
Yeah.
with inexperienced users. So
Yeah.
it'll be
Yeah.
interesting to see how they actually play out.
Vision even says that it's a part of him, but he doesn't even know what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
But he can utilize it.
Yeah.
And I am really curious to see how
Doctor
they're
Strange
going
is
to...
really the only one that seemed to have any concept how to properly use one of the gems. Lightly.
But even still, right? That's
Yeah.
just based on the spells that he has access
Yeah.
to. It isn't necessarily what
Full
that
comprehension
what
of
that
what
is
it is.
capable
He
of.
had like an instruction book, right?
Exactly,
Like,
yeah.
He's the only one that had it. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, we're getting
Yeah,
Oh.
we're going.
getting
We're
into
already,
it. So
we
let's
are already
just
so off topic.
officially get into it. So how we're gonna do this for the randomization? We're gonna roll a dice.
Die.
Sure, thank you.
Yeah.
And then we'll decide who we're going to talk about first. I've got a timer ready.
All right.
Oh yeah.
All right.
You want me to roll?
Well, who's going first?
Yes.
Rolling.
We'll find out. All right.
All right.
And we are talking about
Thor Odinson.
Thor
Wow.
Odinson first.
Yeah, right out the gate.
Heavy hitter.
Yeah.
So, Andrew, where was the last time
Well-
we saw Thor?
The last time we saw him, they had just finished Ragnarok. He was on his ship. They were heading to Midgard. He had all the Asgardians on that ship. And dun dun dun, a big ship appeared that dwarfed theirs.
Very much so.
Whose ship could that possibly be, guys?
Oh, no.
Yeah, what do you think?
Thanos.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
so we
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Tony.
So they say Thanos on the ship?
I don't know.
This is going to be so fun.
So Thanos shows up. So I have to assume that Thor, Loki, and the Asgardians meet Thanos first. That
Right,
probably
yeah.
is where we open, even
Wow.
in Infinity
Yeah.
Wars.
Adam, do you agree with that?
I never really thought about that, but yeah, chronologically, that could be exactly what happens if the Infinity War movie starts right where.
Mhm.
I mean,
love that.
it does make sense. I mean, Thor chronologically looks like it ends right where Infinity Wars picks up.
Yeah.
Because that's where the first gem is, and he has that gem in his gauntlet. So
Right.
Thor probably tries to fight Thanos, so we get to see a Thor on Thanos fight.
Whoa.
What do you think? I mean, that didn't look like it was going to go well in the trailer, but we also see Thanos' ship crash at one point, and we see like Thor straining with something. So
Right.
maybe he ends up crashing that ship. Yeah, it would be
Whoa.
interesting to know
Man.
kind of where that goes.
Krishna,
I think Thor will survive, but
Krishna has a
Yeah.
unique
His posture.
his posture, yes, but also he has read the source material.
Yeah,
So
yes.
I'm really curious.
I've read some source material, and I agree with Andrew. I think, potentially that's where the movie may kick off, right?
yeah,
Going through the trailers and stuff like that, I'm trying to figure out at which point does he drop that stone into the Order, right?
yeah.
Oh,
So
right.
does he get the Power Stone first from Xandar, and
it
then
looks like he
goes
already
there?
has it.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
does he blow up Xandar first, and then?
I have to assume
Right?
that. Yeah,
So I don't know. I agree. It's probably early on in the movie.
yeah.
But yeah.
Guys, that's 2 minutes.
Oh no! Are we done with Thor?
Okay, okay, quick.
Thor survives. I'm gonna make that
Yeah,
call.
you're gonna say
Thor survives?
Agreed.
Thor survives. Loki dies, but Thor survives.
What?
Yeah,
Say that for Loki.
All right, all right.
Adam, does Thor survive?
No.
Oh.
I don't know.
Reasons?
I don't know. I thought it was just yes or no.
All right, sweet.
No.
Okay, sweet. No, that's fine.
Well, to kind of jump on the opening thing, I think Thor will be kind of captive
Mm.
and captured
Yeah.
by
Yeah.
Thanos.
Yeah.
Whether he survives, I think he does. I think he will.
All right, all
All
right.
right,
Yep, I think he survives.
he survives. I
just want to change my answer.
okay.
I was under a lot of pressure.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
And I think he does survive, even though he doesn't have Asgard. He's still kind of royalty, I think,
Yeah,
in space. And I think with the Guardians the third movie, maybe he would still be around to help them out. I hope.
I think he survives, and I'm just gonna really quickly try to explain why.
Mhm.
We talked about in our episode for Thor Ragnarok, and Krishna, maybe you can back me up on this. But the whole Thanos' main drive is his love of death as a person, like not just as like a concept. And if for the sake of the MCU, they're going to classify Hela as death, because she is the goddess of death,
Right.
then that's why Thanos is going after Thor immediately because of what happened in Ragnarok, which, Tony, you really have to watch. And so he's kind of like, yo, you're messing with my girl, and this is why I'm after you. It's not just about the stones.
Right.
So if that is a possibility, if that is what happens, Thor has to survive because he has to beat Thanos in that way.
Interesting.
But that's just my little
Right.
offshoot.
It sounds like if that's the case, then I think Thanos would probably keep Thor as a trophy for death.
Whoa.
Oh, good point, Tony.
All right.
Shit!
Wow.
Dropping the knowledge.
No, it's just
No.
Yeah.
I love that there's an outsider perspective.
That's
Like, I was
awesome.
just like, I read in the comic books that it was this. And he's just like, well.
It could just be as
And-
simple as this.
Yeah, exactly.
Amazing. On that note, let's move on.
That's
Rolling that dice.
Other people can roll the dice too.
Oh yeah, that's true. Oh, this one Loki.
Whoa, there we go.
Well, that works out.
Okay, well then
Hit that timer.
I feel like
Whoa.
you have. I'm gonna start
Okay,
it.
I'm gonna start it off real
And-
quick because I do have opinions.
You do have opinions. Explain where we last saw
So
Loki.
first,
Also.
I mean, Loki was on the ship with Thor, so he's in the exact same position, except much more nervous about going to Earth because he almost destroyed it. So I think that Loki is going to die sacrificing himself to save Thor, because we have all these arcs,
Yeah.
like all these arcs of them going back and forth. I think this is his moment. Like, I don't want him to go, but at the same time, because he's being so big, but. Yeah, I think that's going to happen. He's going to try to trick Thanos. You see him offering him the cube. Oh my god, I forgot the name.
The Tesseract.
Tesseract, yes.
Offering him the Tesseract, which is the space gem. Or space stone. So I think he's going to try to trick him, and it's not going to go well.
Holy shit.
Trickster.
Yeah.
Adam?
Oh, sorry, I just said trickster.
No. That's
I agree. That's a good insight. And I
Yeah.
think he does need, if we talk about characters and how they evolve and grow in their arcs, he needs a hero moment. He had little
He
ones.
needs
right?
one. 100%.
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
And what I like, which Krishna can maybe pick up on, is from the source material in the comics. Loki has died before, and he hasn't necessarily stayed away because he's a trickster.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I love that Krishna is our go-to. Like, you read the source material?
Yeah,
Like,
some of it, not all of it. But yeah,
They
some of
seem
that.
pretty set, and when a character dies, they're dead. So I don't.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean, it's
fine.
hard to call.
I just mean there's in the
Precedent.
comics there's reincarnation.
oh, absolutely.
And he's not even the same actor. They don't need the same actor.
Oh, that
but,
is true.
But Kevin Feige did say whoever dies in the movie stays dead.
Yeah.
Correct.
Right? So
He was
gotta be
very-
careful. Very
very
adamant about
direct.
that. Yeah.
I've got a
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Well, what do you? I mean, you love Loki.
I love Loki. I really
Yeah.
do. But what you're saying makes perfect sense.
Yep.
It's just for movie writing in general.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Tony, I have to ask you, have you seen the Dark World, Thor, the Dark World, and the first Thor?
That was
Okay.
the last one I saw.
Okay.
Based on kind of what Andrew's theory as well, based on Loki's, I guess, role in the first movie and the second. Sorry, the first Thor and the second Thor. I have to agree with Andrew on this one. Definitely one of those things, moment to shine. He's always been kind of you know what? It's not like his true brother, but
Yeah.
there's always that. It's kind of like a pseudo brotherly love.
Mhm.
I think, there'll be a good moment for Thor. Sorry, for Loki to
Yeah.
make that sacrifice.
One of the themes that we constantly talk about in our podcast is the idea of family being one of the bigger themes of this universe.
Yeah.
And they don't shy away from that. And I think what
Right.
you're saying about how even though he's an adoptive brother, there is that sort
Yeah.
of and the reason we all watch comic book movies is because we want to see the protagonist persevere.
Yeah.
And that would definitely put him in the protagonist category by
Well and truly this time.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think you're I don't think
Yes.
I don't think any of us can say anything
No,
else.
no, I think
that one just
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Oh, man.
All right, next character.
Oh.
Roll that d20.
D20.
Here we
being
go.
rolled.
All right. We got Iron Man.
Oh, okay, yeah. So the last time we saw Iron Man was actually in Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Yeah.
Am I correct? I should
Yeah.
probably
No, no.
consult our list.
It is. It is.
And so he gets shot down by Peter Parker in Spider-Man: Homecoming. Sorry, Tony. Spoiler alert. Because
Not
he-
literally shot
yeah.
down. Just
He gives him the opportunity to join the Avengers. Anyways, that's a whole other thing.
I saw Homecoming.
Oh, you did
yes,
see
yes,
Homecoming.
yes, yes,
Oh,
yes.
right. Okay,
Yeah.
my mistake.
Doctor Strange.
Oh, right. Sorry, I just asked you that too. So, Krishna, you want to start us off and explain what you think will happen with Iron Man?
I think he's going to survive, actually.
Yeah?
I think he's going to survive. Going back to Age of Ultron quickly, your favorite movie, Tony. When Scarlet Witch kind of takes mind control of Tony Stark, one of the things he sees is all the Avengers dead,
yeah.
but himself.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of feel like that's going to play a part in Infinity War,
yeah.
so I think he's going to survive, and I think he's going to feel it in part 4. That's what I think.
So you consider that an actual prediction and not a projection of his fears?
So I think it could be both, but I think from what we've seen so far in the movies, Thor saw Ragnarok. What else were we seeing? Right.
yeah.
There were different. I forget the other projections that were happening,
Black Widow had some.
but it's
Well, that was just surpassed though.
exactly.
Yeah.
So it's either things that were in the past or things that were going to come true in the future.
Well, she got her power from the mind
From
gem.
exactly.
Yeah, so there could be a connection. There.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think he's gonna survive though. That's my take.
But I mean, it is all powerful.
Yeah.
I agree. I think he's going to survive, but and if only because he has been like the linchpin of this universe. Like he has to be the number 4 to end it off, and I think he's probably going to die number 4.
Ooh.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
But, yeah,
110%.
but this movie, I believe 100% he'll survive.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're really bad at keeping the time, but that's okay. I'm
No,
not mad about it.
I'm trying really hard to. So I was trying to be like, it's because he's a
No,
linchpin.
it's fine. It's fine.
No,
What do you?
I know. Yeah, he sparked the whole universe, right? Like
Yeah.
He was the first movie.
Yeah, the leader of the Avengers. Even though there was conflict between him and Cap. That's resolved now because Civil War is over.
Well,
We haven't seen them
Well,
together yet.
Well, they wrote a nice letter, right?
I
think
gave him a
they're-
phone.
You know what?
Give
It
him
was a
an
nice
18
letter.
Yeah.
It was a nice
I
letter.
think he got the camaraderie or friendship he wanted out of like Cap got T'Challa as a better friend than Tony Stark. Probably that's like what's happening.
Well, you got Bucky. You got Bucky.
Oh yeah,
you got
Tony
Bucky.
Stark just has War Machine, right? But
Yeah.
I do think he's going to survive. I agree with that, but I don't think he has to. I don't think he's as useful as he was in other movies, and I think in Homecoming, to me, that was the end of his character because he inspired Peter Parker. That's such a good.
Yes.
That's like the end of the Iron Man character to me. But maybe he just needs to be around, as a technological genius. But I love that
Yeah.
T'Challa's younger sister can
Oh,
technically
yeah,
take
yeah.
on any sort of
Ooh, good
technological.
point.
No, I think
advancement, like
that I forgot Shuri.
Shuri.
yeah.
I think we'll talk about her. I think for sure.
Source material. The Iron Man series was re-released with a young female.
Well, I was gonna say like a lot
Yeah.
of these characters that we're talking about,
Yeah.
they get the re-release, and
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
thinking, oh, if Thor dies, then Jane Foster will come in, right?
Well,
but I'm
yeah,
like, no,
yeah.
it's not gonna happen. But
Yeah.
I think Siri could totally be.
She could.
I think it was Iron Wonder or something.
Oh, cool.
I don't know
If they decide to go, yeah.
Yeah.
Tony, because I have a lot of feelings about what Adam just said. But Tony, before I launch into that,
Just to see what insight I could provide. So basically, the question you got to ask yourself is based on Homecoming, right? Like, Tony Stark was kind of like that father figure to Peter Parker.
Mhm.
So really, like it's kind of like if they kill off Tony Stark, who will become that father figure for
Right.
Peter Parker, right? So in that kind of question, right? They'll probably keep keep Tony Stark alive. However, they'll probably tone him back. Like something will happen
Yeah.
that will not. Well, he won't be able to be Iron Man anymore.
Right.
Mm,
He's already shown that he can control the Iron Suit from a
Yeah.
remote location.
yeah.
So he might play more of a kind of like a remote.
Support role. Type.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
instead of a primary, into a secondary.
Oh yeah. I mean, some people they don't have to die. They
Yeah.
can just pull
That's
back.
true.
Yeah.
Like Zordon.
that's right. It's like sort of-
Yeah.
I was thinking like Batman with Nightwing, but
Well,
I know it's a different.
yeah,
I know it's
yeah.
different, but like,
Yeah.
but I like Zordon.
You
I was
know,
actually thinking Oracle, which is also Batman as well.
Yeah.
So.
he just briefs the team on the situation. He's like,
Yeah.
I'll be your intel
Yeah.
and your.
And if you need them, I'll send 1,000 Iron Man.
Yeah, no, I guess that's true. Right? No, like, okay, I know we've spent a lot of time talking about Tony as it is, but
Wow.
I mean, obviously
He's a big part.
as I call him, he's the Jesus of the MCU.
Yeah.
But Adam, everything that you just said about like his story stopping at Homecoming, I agree, and I know that you were saying that like Peter Parker needs like a father figure, but I think because in this particular universe they didn't show Uncle Ben dying,
Yeah.
that they could have that sort of impact for Peter
Yeah, I was
with
just
Tony
thinking that.
dying.
Yeah.
Right.
Because we
I
know they're
think-
on the planet together.
Yes, and I think that Tony is done. It's
Yeah.
time to move on.
Yeah.
We need another heavy hitter. We need another leader, quote
Someone
unquote.
that's like carrying the MCU
yeah,
forward.
like to move it into a totally to transition into something different. Like, I think he's done enough.
Mm-hmm.
And with regards to him being like the head of tech, we have Rocket, we have Shuri, like
Yeah.
everything in Wakanda.
Yeah.
Peter even like
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Peter can step up.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That I don't even think he even needs to be a placeholder for that anymore.
No.
it's true.
That and I don't know. I've always had this weird thing with Iron Man, but I would not be remiss if he didn't survive.
Right.
I feel like he has to die.
Yes.
I feel like he has to die.
Yeah.
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 Like
He's like the first generation iPod.
Started
Started everything. Now the Siri. You got Rocket. You got everyone.
That is an amazing
yeah, that's a
note
good.
to end
That's a
on
good
for
place to
Iron
end on.
Man.
Tony, you want to roll that D20 there?
Roll that
Yeah,
D20.
Let's go.
See what happens. All right,
Alright.
who do we got? Peter Quill, Star Lord.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Who? I love that.
Who?
I love that.
Who?
Yeah.
Start.
Oh, is that the real name?
Have you? Yeah, Peter Quill
Peter Quill.
is his real name. Have you seen? Sorry, remind me again. Have you seen Guardians and Guardians 2?
Just Volume 1.
It's Volume
Okay.
1.
Cool.
Okay.
So that's good. You know the characters.
No, that's
Yep.
good. That's good.
Uh,
Well, before we even launch it, okay, sorry. No. I just want to see, Tony. What do you think is going to happen with Peter?
With Peter?
Even
Oh,
though-
he's definitely gonna stick around. I think it's too early for him. For I think Guardians when they first released it was just kind of like it's too big. People loved it. Volume 2 as well. There's no reason to kill him off. So I'd be kind of impressed to see if they actually did kill him off, and the reasoning behind it. But no, I think he'll play a part in saving the galaxy. Or
Ah,
whatever they
again.
call it.
If you will.
again, guarding
Yeah.
that galaxy.
So, but yeah, no, I think he'll do well.
All right. Andrew, when's the last time we saw Peter?
The after credits of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, where he's given Teen Groot hell for not cleaning his damn room.
This is how Yondu felt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is short. Well, it's after Yondu's funeral. Oh, so yeah.
Well, we're going to talk about Peter Quill
For a little
another 2
bit.
minutes. All right, Krishna, you're wearing a Guardians of the Galaxy t-shirt today.
I'm actually wearing Peter Quill's t-shirt today.
Yeah.
That we've been trying to decipher. We've stuck on "Yeah, baby" is what
Yeah,
it says.
baby.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I agree, with Tony. I think Peter is going to survive. I think that from Guardians of the Galaxy 1, we know, and 2, Peter's not fully human, right? He's half. I don't know what they're called.
Celestial.
It's celestial.
What?
So
Don't worry.
and he-
It's going to be a spoiler alert podcast.
Yeah.
So
and he wasn't killed immediately when he grabbed that power
Yeah.
gem. So
Yeah.
I think he's surviving this one.
Yeah, I think
That's
it's going to
a
be a bit
very
more of a
good
heavy
point.
hitter.
Yeah.
That's a very good point, Adam.
Exactly. Yeah. What Krishna said. He's the only one that can hold a stone.
For a limited period of time.
Yeah.
Maybe it looks like Thanos needs the gauntlet to hold the stones.
Or at
maybe
least to channel all of them.
channel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I think he's powerful enough to hold a stone.
Yeah, because
Use them all
we
at
see him
once.
placing
That's
it
true.
on the,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and at that point, when he's placing it on the gauntlet in the trailer, it really is just a stone. Like it's not glowing.
Yeah.
There's no
Well, he
raw
crushes
energy.
the Tesseract in his
To get
hands
it.
Right.
Yeah.
and then throws
With
it
the
on.
stone.
So like,
Man, he's
yeah,
just
he's strong.
Yeah.
A little strong.
Well, at that point, he has the power gem.
Yes, true.
But he's
Whoa.
also quoted as being the most powerful. But we're talking
Yes.
about
Good
Peter
point.
Quill.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I was gonna say, but
Um,
Adam, you agree?
Yeah, I do think he's going to survive. His character is, half celestial, as Krishna noted, and at the same time, I was actually worried about how the tone of Peter Quill would fit within the tone of this movie. Because, Captain America, Winter Soldier, and Civil War being directed by the same duo.
Yeah.
The trailer convinced me immediately. That one little scene that he had
Oh yeah.
with with Tony Stark.
They did pick the perfect set of people to pair
Yeah,
together.
yeah, yeah.
Because that chirpiness is
Yeah.
gonna work well with all of those four.
Yeah, and I loved
Yeah.
Absolutely.
in the trailer too how he was supported by Doctor Strange, creating like these little magical
Yes.
platforms.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
running
to
up
run,
them?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love stuff like that. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
feel like he'll fit in and he'll survive.
I'm so excited for the pair ups, like the team ups.
Yeah.
How they're gonna bring that together.
I'm legitimately worried I'm going to pass out in the theater.
Like,
I-
just is so excited. Like,
Yeah.
I gotta take a mini nap. Just take a mini nap.
Yeah, I'm just gonna,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna stay here until they play it again.
I agree with like Peter Quill's gonna survive.
Yeah.
There's literally no reason to kill them off, and if they did that, I wouldn't be impressed. I would be confused,
Yeah.
flummoxed. I have to use the term flummoxed. I would
Yes.
be that all over the place,
Yes.
flummoxing.
Agreed.
I agree that he does have to survive, basically because we have to consider a post-Phase 3 world, and I don't
Yep.
think the Guardian story is even remotely close to being done.
No.
And even, not just because there is a cartoon series that continues on. But,
I feel like if Peter dies, it has to be a bigger event for the Guardians, not
and not within
just
this.
not for this, because that's like he
Yeah.
is their leader.
Yeah,
Like for him to die,
No.
that's a lot to go into another Guardians movie without him.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
very, very true. All right, let's do this.
Do you want to roll that dice?
Sure.
Roll that
Let's do
dice.
this.
All right, we got Wanda Maximoff,
Ooh.
the Scarlet Witch,
The Scarlet Witch.
who is the only one. No, I guess one of two people that still has the powers of the Mind Gem attached to them.
Yes.
Hmm.
So the last time we saw Scarlet Witch was in Civil War, and she was on the Ark, and it's safe to assume that she escaped when when
Steve
Cap,
Rogers.
yeah, when Cap went back for them. While he's narrating his lovely letter that he wrote to Tony.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was quite. There was so much
Where-
heart there.
There was.
No
He
one
puts
writes
his
letters
faith
anymore,
in people.
right?
Yeah, no one writes letters. We should write letters.
Yeah.
Yeah, we really should.
So that is the last place that we saw Scarlet Witch. Okay, yeah, thank you. So we'll start the timer now. Andrew, do you want to start us off?
This is an interesting one. It's hard to really say where she'll be. I think she will play a fairly large role. We see her powers growing with each movie. And I think that we'll probably see her being one of the biggest hitters to be able to actually slow down Thanos.
Mhm.
Her and Vision are probably two of the heaviest hitters that they're going to have in this fight. Whether she's going to survive or not, I assume she'll survive. I don't see a reason to kill her, but at the same time, I don't see a reason not to. It's a hard to call. I feel like she'll be necessary for the fourth one,
Yeah.
the fourth Avengers, or the second Infinity War. But I don't know. What do you guys think?
I agree that she would survive. I don't think she's on the front line necessarily, like kind of like Tony and
Yeah,
Okay.
Cap and T'Challa and
Yeah.
whoever else. But I feel like because she is so connected to Vision and he has a stone in him, whether
Yeah.
Vision survives or not, will have a huge impact on her moving forward. And we've seen in previous movies when she lost someone close to her.
yeah.
Yeah.
Age of Ultron. You know that one, Tony.
I do.
So yeah, her power was crazy, right? So
Yeah.
maybe for the first time, she really goes, full
Can you
out.
say supernova or something?
Supernova. Yeah, maybe for the first time we'll see all of her power when, not hopefully, but if
Yeah.
Vision dies, it'll actually trigger her
Yeah.
raw power again and maybe help the team.
Yeah, I mean that could be a pivotal moment.
Yeah.
Especially that would be the third gem assumed, but that's an assumption that he would pick up. That would be a big deal.
Mhm.
Gotta stop him somehow. Maybe Wanda freaking out on him.
Yeah.
But to play devil's advocate to that point for a moment, they could also have it be that she could be controlled by him.
There is that chance if he
Yeah.
gets the gem.
Yeah,
if he
if
gets
he
the gem,
gets-
he might be able to control everybody.
And we see in the trailer
Yeah.
that he is started making a play for it with Vision.
Yeah.
But I don't know, Krishna, thoughts?
I agree with everything you guys are saying.
Yeah.
I do think she's going to survive. I do think we haven't seen her full power yet.
Yeah.
You gotta remember in Civil War, she was manipulating Vision's Mind Stone when
Yes.
she controlled him.
Offhand.
Offhand,
like-
she was
not
just
even
doing
like
it.
build up. Just
And that's not even the stone she got her powers from, right?
No.
But is it the one?
it is.
Yeah,
It's
so-
the same.
yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm thinking that maybe she can manipulate other stones as well. So
Mhm.
she's gonna be a
Oh.
heavy hitter. I don't know.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Yeah.
Be able to change. Yeah, she reverse reality.
So you're saying that she was manipulating Vision's stone when she kind of like...
She froze him in place because remember
Oh.
Vision's so powerful,
Yeah.
right? But she actually froze him and then kind of just like
Push them down.
pushed him right
I thought
down.
that was just
Yeah.
her power, though. I
No,
didn't
no,
know.
no,
you
no.
see,
She
the
changed.
gem.
It changed,
Yeah,
yeah.
she
Wow.
interacted with
Yeah.
it.
Wow.
So if she can do that, if she can interact with the gem, she might be able to like depower
Maybe.
Thanos.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting, at least for a limited time.
Yeah.
He's still Thanos.
I know.
That's the thing. He's still.
At the end of the day, he's still super strong and scary.
Tony, thoughts? You've
Based,
got a great look on your face.
based on what everyone's saying.
That one movie that you saw.
I think she'll. Well, again, the movies aside, again, because I think there's a lot that's transpired between when I last saw her to now, which I didn't even know. So I think there's gonna be a moment in the second movie. I think she's gonna die in the second movie. Not the first
Really?
one. Yeah.
Okay.
So based on how you're kind of placing her in the movies, like she has like the ability to control certain things, but I think it's like it's temporary. It's not like for the whole time. So I think kind of like Loki, that'll be her time to shine. But I think it'll be in the second movie that she'll probably die.
Huh. Interesting.
I like that.
Okay. All right. Any thoughts on it?
No, just before we move on, I just think the term manipulating his stone sounded much
Sorry.
It's a little crass. It's a little crass.
Being the only woman at this table, I'm gonna be like, I'm just gonna throw that out there. Anyways.
You did say that.
Yeah. And now we can move on.
Oh, that's a loud noise. Sorry.
Yeah.
Do you want to roll
That's
one?
fine. I'll roll one.
There you go.
Yeah.
Let's get in that tower.
This is a heavy die.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
It's serious.
It's serious.
Well, Rocket Raccoon.
Rocket!
Rocket.
So, we last saw Rocket in
Guardians.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, where he had a bit of in that movie, he was, he had a turning
an
point.
arc.
He had a big arc. So we just see him watching. I was going to start the timer, chill. Anyway, so we see him at the end of that with Yondu's passing. And
shedding some tears.
Shedding some tears for Yondu.
Yeah.
Adam, do you want to start us off?
I love the developments that have occurred so far with this character.
Yeah.
The two Guardians of the Galaxy movies. I wasn't sure how he would fit in because he's like the leader of the Guardians. Peter Quill is he can manipulate stones and stuff. So I didn't know. I wasn't sure.
Sorry.
I wasn't sure how.
That's my fault.
I think character dynamic wise, personality, sense of humor, I love the character. But in terms of his abilities on this cosmic scale, he's kind of in the category of Hawkeye and Black Widow to me. He's so practical.
Yeah.
I'm just not sure.
On the cosmic scale, yeah.
Yeah, on a cosmic scale compared to Thanos and all of his baddies that he's probably bringing with him. I'm not sure what's going to happen on a large scale war, but he's very crafty and resourceful. So I do think he'll survive because he'll be, he's like a master of arms, right? It's like ammunition.
I mean, solely on what we've seen him do just casually with technology,
Yeah.
I put him above Tony.
Oh,
casually thrown together, quick,
right,
fast. I think it'll be really interesting to see what he's able to pull together. I don't remember seeing him fight in the trailer. Maybe I'm just
He somehow always finds a gun.
Right.
Sorry, in the trailer. Yeah.
But I don't remember. Was he? He
was
wasn't
there.
with Peter and Drax.
He's with Thor, I think.
He's
so
on the ship with Thor, so I think that he can do stuff
That's
with
not
Thanos'
good.
ship.
Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because
No, but
him
if you're
and Thor.
thinking, but
and
we
Groot's
see
on there as well.
we see that it's crashed, but we don't know.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
He's very crafty. He MacGyver stuff. Right?
He MacGyver
That's
stuff
true.
with technology that's far more advanced
Yes.
with what's available on Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He probably points Thor to the thing to pull apart. He's like,
Yeah.
Thor,
Yeah,
just
he's
use
like,
your
this is all
big
you have to
muscles.
do. Tony, thoughts on Rocket?
He'll survive. It's just part of the Guardians crew.
That's true. Yeah.
It's for them to kill one person off. I don't know. I think it's just
There's only one person I think that they could kill off.
Yeah.
Maybe two.
I got.
Yeah.
Are we,
I have
are
one
we
for you.
agreeing?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, no,
But
two.
I think Rocket's he's just too. He's like a Pokemon, right?
He will evolve
He's the
by
team
the end of
mascot. He's
this.
the team mascot.
course
He
he
can't
is.
be the mascot.
No, baby Groot is the. Anyways, not a baby anymore.
Not baby anymore. He's a teenager.
He's an ugly
Yep.
teen.
He's an ugly teen. I agree that Rocket can't. He's not going to die.
That's true.
No.
No.
No, I don't think it doesn't make sense for many of the Guardians to die.
No.
If one, I can understand, but yeah.
No, I don't think so. But I am really excited to see the dynamic of Rocket and Tony.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
that's
if they
gonna
come
be really
together, that'd be
funny.
amazing.
Yeah.
That'd be
Yeah.
great.
We'll get there, Tony.
I know. I was like, all right. I kind of remember the first one. I go, yeah, there is one person.
Now that I'm thinking about, okay, so the ship crashes. We know Thor's on there. Rocket and Groot they probably make it crash. But then we see Tony and Peter and Drax and other Peter,
yeah.
Spider-Man. We see them on that planet. Maybe a rescue mission.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Like, who knows?
That's
Anyway,
a very, very good point.
sorry, I don't want to.
That's okay.
I want to get back on.
Moving
this.
on.
Let's do it. Roll that dice. We got my boy Steve Rogers, Captain America.
Oh, I don't even want to set the timer. He's my favorite superhero. Well before this, so This is Andrew saying this while he's wearing his Captain America shirt, drinking from his
The
Captain
Captain
America
America.
glass. Do you want our Captain America pillow? Do you want to hold that?
I might need to. I think I might need to take that to the theater to
No,
watch.
I agree. I'm gonna bring it with me.
Just hold it and just rock back and forth. Because I think, I mean, if you don't mind, I think he's not going to survive.
I know.
I think that he is like that scene in the trailer where he surprises Thanos and stopping him, like even momentarily.
Mhm.
Like Steve is somebody who will stand his ground.
Mhm.
He will not give up if he believes that he can do anything to protect somebody, and that's why he's going to die because he can't give ground.
Right.
He is incapable of it, and I think that he's going to go down in a blaze of glory.
Mhm.
I on the one hand, like, I wouldn't if it was Joss Whedon directing this. I think Steve would be killed out of hand just to prove how powerful, like to an extent, like to the extent that you can actually kill somebody that big. But yeah, in this one, I think it's gonna be dramatic. It's gonna be big, and I'm gonna cry a little bit. I'm not too afraid to admit it because he is a big deal to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I disagree about the Whedon point.
Well, I mean,
I think that if it was Whedon, this is a misdirect and Bucky will die. I think it's important. Thankfully, it's not Whedon. So
yeah, you're right. Actually,
Yeah.
I can't-
Or would Hawkeye die driving a ship?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a leaf in the wind. No.
No way, man. Thanos' ships into crashing to Hawkeye's
Yeah.
That's it. And Hawkeye's gone.
finally retired. Oh, God damn it!
Oh my god.
While he's playing golf.
Technically, there's two places that we saw Cap last, and one. Well,
Oh, of course. Sorry, I'm so sorry.
No. Obviously, we saw him on the Ark at the end of Civil War, seemingly liberating those people, or in Wakanda, putting Bucky, putting Bucky under, or in the PSAs that he made in Spider-Man: Homecoming.
That's true.
That's right.
Yeah,
Technically.
I assume that those were recorded well before.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, we saw him.
That's
last.
true. We did see him.
But okay, so Tony, remind me again. Did you see Civil War?
I did not actually.
Okay.
I did not.
Okay.
Right.
That should
Actually,
be
no, wait,
that should be essential watching.
Yes, before.
It kind of is.
The only thing I saw of Civil War was the beginning of Homecoming, where they.
Oh yeah,
they
where
play
he
Peter's-
like,
Yeah,
his
it's
little-
from Peter's point of view.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, cool, it's a fight.
Yeah.
We'll
We'll just watch the fight if you want.
But to Andrew's point, no, it's just in Captain America's kind of character. Like it's something that we kind of all see coming, but we're just kind of all preparing for it, and I think it's going to be kind of like a fantastic, like a kind of glorious death,
Yeah, well,
like a send off. It's kind of like what's that movie, like Dark Knight, not to reference back to
Yeah,
the
that's
DC universe, but like Dark Knight Rises, right? Like it's kind of like when one helm gets when one falls, the other then someone else will rise.
Yeah.
So that's
Well, I
kind
have thoughts
So-
on that.
That's
Yeah.
when we talk about
that's what I'm
Yeah.
alluding to. So.
Yeah.
I'm not ready.
No.
I'm not ready. There's nothing I can do to prepare myself for if he dies. And I'm going to keep saying if, even though I know.
yeah.
I mean, they have to take that leader out. Like
Mhm.
he is the leader. They have to.
No,
take
just
that
kill
out.
Tony. Stark.
He's
Tony
not-
Stark.
But he is not. Tony's not a leader.
I know, and
is-
he even says that. He
he's
says
the
that
flag.
Age of Ultron, right?
Yeah.
He says he's like,
Yeah.
I'm not the leader. He's the leader.
Yeah,
Like-
I just buy the pretty things. Or
Yeah.
I just,
But I'm not ready. Not
well,
ready.
Krishna, you've not said terribly much.
I think because it's going to be the most impactful death. That's for sure. He's not surviving this. I think. Who knows what's going to happen, right?
Well, that's what we're. Yeah.
So I feel like it makes sense. Kind of like this will end his story arc, and it's an amazing story arc.
It's the best
right?
one. Yeah.
Like it starts off with this kid getting pushed around in an alleyway, scrawny kid, till this guy literally standing up to the most powerful being in the universe, trying to save the earth, right?
Our bully in the universe.
The biggest
Bully
bully,
in the
exactly.
universe,
Guys,
Because he doesn't like bullies, doesn't matter where they're from, right?
Yeah.
And remember, he can do this all day, so
Yes.
That's Cap.
Yeah,
it's
that's Cap.
it's gonna be sad.
He will
man.
go until he can't.
He can't.
Yeah.
If he gets knocked down and he says that
Oh
line,
man,
I'm gonna go,
I think the audience will just be silence
Yeah.
if that happens. Yeah, like we've all grown with this character. We've all like 10 years ago, guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You're gonna be okay, honey. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay.
I think that we're all pretty much impacted by this, and I think it's gonna hurt if he
It's
goes
gonna
down.
hurt.
It's gonna hurt.
It's gonna hurt, and that's I think one of the biggest reasons why it'll happen.
Oh my god.
Because it needs to.
Imagine us here now.
I know. I know.
I
I can't. I don't know.
It's a war movie.
You know, I should have waited this list, and so he was at the end or
End of
something.
it.
Like this is because I think he's the biggest one.
Yeah.
It's just
Let's move
let's
on.
move on. Let's move on. I think he said that we need to say. Cap.
It's like a eulogy.
Okay, I'm
It
rolling
is.
this dice.
It is.
Okay, Dr. Bruce Banner. The
Ah!
Hulk. So where we last see, let's move right into this.
Yeah.
Thor Ragnarok. He is still in Hulk form after not stopping Ragnarok, saving the Asgardians from the fall of Asgard. He's still in Hulk form.
Mhm.
We saw the trailer
Oh, yeah.
that he is Bruce Banner again at
Yeah.
some point
Yeah.
when he's with Romanoff or Black Widow. But yeah, guys, could he be having a problem? Could he be having a problem going in and out of Hulk form? Like, what do you
It
think?
happens to everyone, right? No.
Yeah, performance issues.
It's a common problem.
It's a common problem.
Happens to everybody.
It's funny.
It's not a big deal.
I think it makes sense. Hulk won't die because I mean that's unfair to comic book fans. Hulk doesn't die. Hulk can't die. Hulk is ridiculous in that way. I think that I really hope that we see Bruce Banner walking down the highway at the end of this
Oh,
with
come on.
the soft tinklings. But I think that'll be in part 2. And otherwise, if Thanos does his whole goodbye half of the universe for death, then he could be one of the ones that just disappears.
Oh, agreed.
Sure.
Yeah, like that could happen.
Krishna?
Yeah, I agree with Andrew. I don't think Hulk's gonna die. I do know in reading some of the comics with Thanos, he actually is afraid of fighting the Hulk. He's actually afraid of the Hulk's power because the Hulk is an unstoppable force,
He's
right?
infinitely powerful.
And he just gets angrier and stronger and stronger. So I think he's gonna survive. I don't know why he can't. He's not in Hulk form in a lot of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, we see him at the end when they're in Wakanda.
In Wakanda.
Right? Yeah, he's
Yeah.
rushing.
Yes.
So,
Right.
Well, I don't know.
so why is Cap fighting Thanos? Sorry.
Exactly. Exactly.
Thank you.
Yeah. But I think he's gonna survive.
Adam?
I think he will survive. I've liked the character development so far, like just Bruce Banner wise.
Yeah.
I do love the character and how he's portrayed. And in Ragnarok, there was some really great moments about how Hulk was voicing how much he hates Puny Banner and how they're not
You're
friends.
actually seeing that now, yeah.
I love that 'cause that's the core of the character. And there was like one or a couple of moments in the first Avengers movie where Bruce Banner said, he tried to end everything at one moment, but the monster spit the bullet back out. Yeah, so some pretty deep, dark things for the character, but I just see him as a weapon, right? In the war, he's a very useful weapon. I just don't understand why he would be like. There's not that much significance if he was killed. I don't think. Not much has been built up for him. Unfortunately,
I agree. Tony, I know you haven't seen Thor Ragnarok, but
Based on what I'm hearing as well, I think it is a 50-50, but I think he'll be, just my prediction of just where he's going to be in the movie, probably he'll join the science team.
Oh, shit, yeah.
True,
He'll be just
Sciencing
with
Sure.
Shuri,
that's
T'Challa's sister. Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That does make sense.
Team Science. I forgot that he was so
Team
sciencey too.
Science.
Yeah.
Team Science.
You brought up a really good point. If even with Tony Stark, I think you said Tony, not Stark, but like those characters in the background, could make way for the new generation of younger characters to be more like just counseling them.
Yeah.
Tony Stark and Bruce Banner could help Shuri and Peter Parker, definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's interesting.
If anything, Banner would feel comfortable knowing that in Wakanda there are things that could probably help him either like control that, contain him if need be.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I think I agree, because in the trailer we see him with Rhodey, but Rhodey and Black Widow.
Yeah.
And I assume that the folks in Wakanda are gonna help Rhodey.
I assume they're fix him up.
Yeah, so I think that
true,
from the science side, that's a very
Yeah.
he's so science.
I will say that I did read, I can't remember who it was either the directors of this film or Kevin Feige, said that the next two Avengers movies has like a Hulk arc.
Okay.
Because he hasn't
had one.
They said
Really?
specifically they're not going to give him his own movie.
Yeah.
So over these movies, over the rest of the phase, he's going to have an arc.
Yeah.
So I feel like just that statement alone, it's probably going to survive it. At least the first one.
That's a very, very good point.
But I feel like at the most he's going to walk away instead of
Stop.
die. Yeah.
I thought you were punning. Because
Oh.
walking away, the
Yeah.
Hulk theme. Anyways, let's move on.
All right, Adam, you want to roll that dice?
Yes.
Roll that dice.
Roll it.
Nice.
Spider Underoos.
AKA
Tony doesn't
Parker.
get that.
Oh
You
no.
didn't see that.
It was at the beginning
Oh yeah, it was at the beginning
of Homecoming.
Underoos.
So obviously the last time we see Peter Parker was at the end of Homecoming, when he thinks he's being tested and says, "No, I don't want to be an Avenger."
Actually, the last we see him is when he's
Oh,
putting the
shit.
suit back
Right,
on
right.
in his room. He thinks he's alone, and Aunt May walks in on him.
Yep.
Um,
And then the after credit.
No.
No, sorry, I confused the after credit for Civil War with the.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna.
But yeah, so Aunt May now knows that he's Spider-Man.
in the best reveal ever. Like,
What the?
Yeah, I love that.
Or
Oh.
maybe he just says he was cosplaying, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
He's
yeah.
done that before.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I'm just going to a party.
Yep.
That could be it. There you go.
I don't know.
I want to pick up chicks.
So Tony, because I know that you've seen Homecoming,
Yeah.
I want to give you the opportunity to start us off with the discussion of Peter Parker.
He's still Peter Parker is going to survive 100%.
Yeah.
Probably to what Andrew mentioned previous to this, like if they kill him off, it'll be just confusing.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of like I feel like it would be
Especially since this is another Spider-Man.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
as we know that there is
Okay.
going to be another
Okay.
Spider-Man movie. Yeah.
like what's on
There's-
Venom? We're talking about Venom.
No,
right?
there's
No.
another one coming out.
There,
There's
after
another-
Avengers
Oh.
4,
Yeah.
there's a Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
Okay, but anyways, yeah, Peter's
I
going to
guess
survive. He's still young. He has a lot to learn.
Yeah.
So it's just in terms of character development and the arc it's like still climbing. It's still it's
Yeah.
not. It's,
He could die, but
Yeah.
way in the
Yeah.
future.
The whole idea of Miles Morales.
Yeah,
But
they
that's like
could
a
do
whole
that.
other.
That's a whole.
That's like a
yeah.
post-phase 5.
Yeah.
If they decide to do that.
Yeah.
That stuff is interesting, but too crazy. Like that's just a Spider-Man universe.
But you say
that's
that you
true.
say it's crazy, but the things that they're doing now, if you were watching Iron Man 10 years ago and thinking about what they're doing now with these characters,
No.
way.
absolutely.
Guardians of the Galaxy, no way.
Right,
Doctor
right.
Strange, too out there for people.
Yeah.
I mean, Black Panther, like it was still not the time, but now like
Yeah.
they're doing it. They're making
Yeah.
strides in everything.
Yeah.
So I
I
think
agree.
there's a chance Spider-Man could. It's
Speed round it. Living or dead.
alive. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
No, that
Yeah.
isn't even a. Yeah.
No,
yeah.
there's no argument.
yeah.
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 Alive.
That was
He's
a,
also the first person to fight Thanos. It looks like when he comes to Earth, anyway.
Oh.
yeah.
That, like,
Are
portal
we?
thingy?
Are we sure that that's?
We don't know the
Yeah,
timeline, but
we
he's
why
in,
we don't know
he's
the
in-
timeline. We
he's
don't
in
know
the original Spider-Man suit, and then he gets the Iron Spider
No,
suit.
and
later.
I know that, but
Yeah.
what he sees when he's on the bus and he decides to go and confront it, are we sure that that's Thanos? Are we sure that's not just him sending a henchman? Are we? We don't know.
Right.
Yeah, it did look like he was Thanos
But
crushing him.
but it is before he gets the Iron Spider-Man
Yeah.
suit. Like, yeah.
It is really great
Okay.
editing of a trailer.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
it is. Yeah.
absolutely.
You really don't know what's
Yeah.
happening where, which is perfect.
I think that it is like the argument of whether or not he'll survive or whether he'll survive or not isn't even, because we know that there is
Yeah.
another Spider-Man movie. happening.
There's a minimal chance that he could die, and the next movie could be Miles Morales just picking it
Well,
up.
does-
but
does the-
so slim.
Does the Sony, I guess the Sony Marvel deal play into this as well? Because I mean, Sony and Marvel only signed on for 2 movies, right?
No,
And so it's 2 Spider-Man movies, and then Spider-Man technically can go back to Sony.
But then they announced that they did announce they're making another one, Homecoming
Probably
2.
No, and that might be the second Spider-Man
that's the
movie,
second
right?
with
And
Sony,
Sony's actually releasing an animated Miles Morales Spider-Man
Thank
movie.
you. That's what I was gonna say.
Right? So, and Venom is releasing as well, so they're still keeping that property with them.
Yeah.
So
just to be like, yeah, we're still here.
It's still ours, but you guys can buy it, right?
Aren't they trying to buy Sony? Isn't that a thing?
Oh man,
I
who
don't know.
knows?
Yeah, Disney was trying to buy. I think
Of
it's
course.
Sony.
Disney-
Buy everyone.
Yeah, like
Well, I mean, they can't. They haven't been able to get those properties. Like, does Sony own Fantastic Four?
Not yet.
No,
Wait,
Fox.
who owns
Fox.
X-Men?
Fox.
So they're trying to buy Fox. They're buying Fox.
trying
That's
to
what
buy-
it was.
I am sure that
Yeah.
they're also trying to buy Sony.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
They want them just for that property.
I know, right?
Looking at comic book releases for Marvel, they have the reboot of the Fantastic Four series in comic book form happening in August.
Oh shit.
So after Infinity War, there may be plans to do some movie kind of deals.
Yep.
I'd
Interesting.
say, yeah.
I hope that they fix it.
Yeah.
All right, we are
Anyway,
getting
we're
way
off-
off topic.
Peter
Larger
survives.
conversation.
Yeah.
That's another podcast episode that we should do.
All right, dice roll away.
T'Challa!
Yeah.
T'Challa.
Black Panther.
Black Panther.
We last saw him in Black Panther. What was he doing?
Whoa, you're just throwing
Do you
me.
want,
just go ahead.
He was at the after credits scene of Black Panther. He was at a UN meeting saying that Wakanda was going to open their knowledge up for the rest of the world. They're going to do knowledge sharing. They want to bring everybody closer together. And they got like this smarmy reply, well, what does a farming country have to offer? We know.
We know.
Yeah. So Black Panther apparently playing a big role. He has an entire army that he throws against Thanos' minions.
Yes.
we can assume.
We
Yeah,
assume
I
it's his
know.
army. Going by the trailer, I mean,
Yeah.
they could throw a wrench into it. It's not his army.
Oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's. I honestly don't know with this character. I think he'll survive, if only because it's so new, and it would be hard to just kill off a character that was so impactful so recently.
Yeah.
I think people would be up in arms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If,
Yeah.
Yeah. No, because he was introduced so late in the game.
Yeah. it would be a
Regardless
bit
of what you
rough.
saw in Civil War, like his proper introduction was done so late in the game.
Yeah.
That I think it would have been not only will people be mad, but it would be a total waste.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Yeah, they need to do more with that character and that world that they're building.
Mhm.
He's going to be a big part of the Earth as a whole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wakanda too.
Yeah, opening the technology to the rest of the world and what Wakanda can do, like it doesn't make sense for him to not continue on in some way.
Absolutely.
But yeah, Tony, yeah,
Keep throwing it, Tony.
I
I,
know.
based on the fact that the movie has just came out, right, it'd be kind of weird to kind of kill him off, but that is still a possibility. Because again, Black Panther itself is mantle, right? There's been other iterations of Black Panthers.
Yeah.
So having T'Challa die, kind of like along the same lines as Cap, potentially as forecasted by us in Cap, but it's possible.
Mhm.
But the thing is, it's just like who are they going to build up to be the next Black Panther? But that's another conversation, I guess I would say. But
I think that'd be too much to happen in this movie.
Yeah.
too much
Yeah,
for that.
the
Because
issue.
it would probably take away the spotlight. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyways, he survives.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
Krishna?
it'd be cool to see Nakia take over the
Oh,
right.
That'd be cool.
which they had suggested or alluded to in Black Panther.
Mm.
But I mean,
Right.
like how?
She should have come.
No,
to
it
us.
can't happen now.
No,
Right.
I know.
Yeah.
Right, larger conversation. But
Yeah,
Krishna?
no, I agree, Tony. I don't think he's not going to die. I think he's going to survive. Funny thing in the comic, Shuri actually becomes Black Panther. At one
I was
point.
actually gonna. That was the other one.
Yeah, so I don't think it's they're ready for that yet. It's so fresh. It's still a new IP. I think he's good.
Yeah.
he's pretty safe.
Yeah, he's safe.
Yeah, I
He's
think
safe.
he's pretty safe. Adam, do you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just love, like, especially since Black Panther came out recently, and the Infinity War trailer is out now, and the war, all we're seeing of it is in Wakanda.
Yeah.
It's such a good segue, and I love that Wakanda's forces. You even see like the M'Baku guy, I think.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
all of
he's
his
awesome.
forces, all those rhinos.
Yeah.
And because I was trying to allude to the powers of the gems, because I play video games, it looks like the Space Stone is actually creating some sort of force field.
Yeah.
And Thanos might be behind that.
I actually originally thought, like the first time I watched that the force field was just the force field around Wakanda that
Right.
like hides Wakanda.
I think that's what it is as well.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
It's Wakandan technology.
Okay.
I hope, I don't know, everything to me says it would be Space Stone.
Well, I think the reason I think that it's around them
Yeah.
is to protect them from long range projectiles.
Right.
So they force them to fight on ground that they can fight them.
Right. Yeah.
Because they can't, like, I'm sure they have space weapons that blow
Yeah,
up
yeah.
entire cities, so
Oh, wow.
they got to
Very good
protect
point.
themselves.
Very, very good point.
Yeah.
Anyways, moving on.
He survives.
He's a
Definitively. Dr. Stephen Strange. I mean, I'm just gonna put this right out there now. He survives. Like, there's no
Yes,
reason
yeah.
to kill him off, and I want to see where that world of magic. He's the closest
Yeah.
connection to magic.
Yeah.
He's got to survive.
just before we continue, the last place we saw
Oh, yeah, of
Doctor
course.
Strange was actually in Thor Ragnarok.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Where we see that he is in charge of protecting one of the sanctums,
The New York Sanctum.
the
yeah.
New York Sanctum, and he seems to have assumed that position very well. We haven't really talked about timelines and where each movie falls, but I think it's safe to assume that he's been at that sanctum for a while. He talks about how he has a watch list for Earth, and how he considers Loki a threat,
Mhm.
and that's the last place we see him. And yes, I agree, he would have to survive. Adam.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like you're saying, he's the master of mystic arts. So he will
Well, he's
be
working towards that.
Oh,
The
well, he's
Sorcerer
technically
Supreme, right?
Yeah.
in terms of the hierarchy of all the other characters. He kind of knows magic the most, so maybe that's how he's valuable.
No, that's a very good
Yeah.
point, Christian.
What?
Yeah, I agree. There's no reason to kill him off right now, right?
He's got to fight Mordu still.
Yeah, and it's like if you did, it's kind of like, oh, Doctor Strange died.
Yeah. Like,
Okay.
oh,
Yeah.
he
Okay.
doesn't seem to have
No,
like
not yet.
any kind of weight in this
It'd be,
fight. Like,
yeah, it would be sad.
he's important. He needs to be there to fight,
Mhm.
but it's not his fight. If
Mm.
that makes any sense.
It's I agree. I think though, because the fact that he has a stone in
Yeah,
his
that's true.
possession,
Yeah.
Yep.
that's what brings him into the fight in a really big way.
Yeah.
And the fact that he can manipulate it and use it.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that's what would bring him.
He's
in.
the only good guy that knows how to use a stone.
Yes,
Consistently.
Yeah.
Yeah,
With
yeah.
any reliability.
and it's the time gem.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
if I can play devil's advocate for a second, not everybody if anybody dies,
Yep.
somebody can turn back time.
Yeah. Well, that
And-
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
my theory. When I first saw the trailer, my theory was Thanos comes to Earth, crushes a bunch of shit. He could even kill Peter, and then Doctor Strange reverses all that, and that's when they take to fight somewhere else.
Right.
Like, there is that chance as well.
Tony, thoughts on? Have you seen Doctor Strange?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, same thing as well. Like with what Chris said. Yeah, he's gonna survive. No reason to kill him off, to be honest.
Yeah.
But you make a good point though, Megan. Like he does hold the green gem.
Yeah,
The
time
time
stone,
right?
Yeah.
Time stone.
Yeah, it's gonna
Stones,
play
Oh.
a pivotal moment definitely in the plot.
Definitely. And I think that there is an opportunity there, and we'll talk about this when we get to Ant-Man, but with the idea of the quantum realm
Mhm.
and his ability to manipulate time, I think that they
There's something
could
there.
go cosmic
Yeah.
if they need to, and I don't
Yeah.
know. Just throwing that out there
There's
now
stuff,
before I forget.
There's crazy stuff that they can pull off, and
Yeah.
because of all the groundwork that they laid out,
Yeah.
it's like, oh yeah, no, I remember that from Ant-Man. I remember that from Doctor
Yeah.
Strange.
True.
Because magic. Because
Yeah.
technology.
Because magic, because technology.
Because
Yeah.
magic.
No, exactly. Exactly. Okay, so next up, here we go.
Rolling dice. We got Drax the Destroyer.
Drax.
Uh,
The first non-Peter Quill Guardian.
Yes.
Yeah.
We had to go deep. They went all deep there. All right.
Rocket, though, right?
Oh shit,
Oh,
Rocket!
yeah.
Rocket.
Thank you.
No, he's the mascot. So Drax, the last thing we see of him is the after credits for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, where he gets shot by Yondu's arrow, that's being controlled by Kraglin
Yeah.
after Yondu has passed away.
Yeah.
That was the last we saw of Drax.
Wow.
But slightly before that, we see him giving a backwards insult to Mantis.
Yeah.
You're beautiful on the inside.
The inside.
Yeah.
In one of the most contentious.
It's been a lot
It's
of
yeah.
debate about that one.
Yeah, people are up in arms or love it. Anyway.
Really? Oh,
Yeah, no, I know.
It's a whole thing.
It's easy to piss
Anyway,
anybody off.
Drax the Destroyer, anyone who's read the comics around Drax and Thanos
Just
knows,
Krishna, go on.
knows that Drax was created, is that correct? Or born and then modified to fight Thanos? He's specifically designed to kill Thanos.
yeah, he's modified. I think.
He's modified, okay. So he was a actual creature that was modified. So he gets smarter, he gets stronger, he gets faster when he's closer to Thanos, the closer he gets. However, I do not think that's what this universe is doing.
No.
There could be a chance because he's never been close to Thanos. Maybe he will.
Sure.
So there is the chance that he is, in fact, still that character.
I think they would have said something
But
with that
I don't.
already.
I don't think so. It'd be interesting to see it happen, but I doubt it. He's one of the Guardians that I could see possibly dying. Not the Guardian I see dying, but one of the ones I could see possibly dying. On the one hand, I don't want it to happen because I actually really enjoy what they're doing with Drax. He's super enjoyable on screen. On the other hand, I can see why they would just kind of out of hand.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you guys think? Where is he going? What is he doing?
I like how closely tied he is to the character, because he's literally said in like previous movies, "I'm going to go and kill Thanos." You know, like he's very actionable. And
It wasn't Ronan. It was actually Thanos.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I like that. Yeah, I would put him in the same category as like Gamora and Nebula, right? Like, they just want to go out there and find the guy.
Got that revenge. The Revengers.
Yeah.
They can join Thor's Revenger team.
Well, maybe we don't need a name. I mean, I don't want to give him any disrespect or anything, but I don't have much more to say. He's a cool guy.
No,
Yeah.
he's great. Krishna, I just want to get your take on it because I know you.
I love what they've done with him in the movies, as you pointed out, Andrew. He's so funny. He's such a likable character. When it comes to his fight with Thanos, I don't. It's one of those. Like, this is the first. Maybe I don't. I don't know which way it's gonna go. Right?
Yeah.
If I had to choose one side, I'm gonna say no at this point. He's not gonna die. Because again, I don't think it's going to be as impactful right
It's not gonna
now.
add anything.
Exactly. So, and I don't see the point of Marvel just killing off people.
Yeah, this
right?
isn't a Whedon film.
No,
Exactly.
Although, I mean, thinking back to Thor Ragnarok, how they just killed the Warriors 3 off.
Yeah.
Oh.
That frustrated the hell out of me. But anyway, I mean, so it's not without precedent that
Yes,
they could just do that,
true.
but Drax is a little bit higher up than
Yeah.
the Warriors 3, so.
Yeah. So I don't think he's dying in this one.
I think the Russo brothers are a little more methodical.
I
And
agree.
that I don't think that they would allow something like that to
Yeah.
happen. But Tony, sorry.
Yeah.
No, I would say again, there's a potential he could die in the second movie. Definitely not in the first, like the one coming up for sure. The first half, not the second, maybe the second half. But generally, when someone is built for a purpose, once they meet that purpose, that's usually kind of like, hey, that's a good time to kind of end the arc.
I really hope that's what they do with him, but
Yeah.
it doesn't seem likely.
Yeah.
I think overall, I don't see any of the Guardians dying. And
When we get to the
Yeah,
point,
yeah,
there's
yeah.
a reason
No, I
why,
know.
but
we've built this up so much
I
now.
know. It's going to be such a
Right.
flat ending. Though.
I'm gonna
A
miss
little bit.
Mantis. I miss her so much.
Nice save!
That's who
You were great in the last movie.
Whoa!
Yeah,
Turn down that Whedonism.
She's like a leaf on the wind.
all right.
I just have to confirm Mantis is the.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Alright.
Yeah, you haven't seen Guardians 2.
Oh shit! Right. All right, let's keep on.
All right.
Keep on moving.
Oh, bam. Oh, we got Groot.
Groot.
Teen Groot? I assume. I mean,
So
going by
young.
the timelines of the movie.
He looks very teen Groot.
yeah,
Yeah,
he looks,
yeah.
he's probably a teen still.
Too young to die.
He's not gonna die. I mean, there's no argument here. He's.
But even if he is, he'll just
Yeah,
we'll
they'll
get a
find
new
another-
we'll get a new Groot.
Exactly.
Although we
Yeah.
did find, I did read recently that this Groot is
Oh,
not the
right.
It's a
original
different
Groot.
No, it is a
It's
different
new,
Groot.
and I was like, okay, well that's a departure from the comics, but all right, whatever.
Reborn.
Yeah.
Last we saw Groot was as a teen on the ship, getting hell from Peter. You're not cleaning his room.
Yeah.
But the majority of Volume 2, he was Baby Groot. But yeah, I don't think that he's going to die.
I mean, there's not even much to say about him. Like, yeah,
No.
he'll be in a fight or two. And
What's
yeah,
one? Yeah, okay. Let's direct this a little bit. What's one really cool thing you guys would want to see Groot do in this movie?
Right.
Save Doctor Strange. It looks like they're on the same ship.
Right.
Oh,
Like
okay.
it would be interesting to see him fight the psionic guy.
Right, yeah.
That's
One of the
shooting
henchmen.
needles into his-
Oh, that-
Oh, Ebony,
One
of his
Ebony
black-
Maw. Yeah.
Ebony.
Ebony
Oh,
Maw.
Enemy Maw. Yeah.
Thank you.
Ebony Maw.
I completely forgot his name.
That guy's so creepy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
Mhm.
Does anybody else have anything cool that they'd want to see Groot do?
I want him to just have some really great teen moments.
Okay,
yeah.
I just know. You know what I
Throw a
mean?
rocket at something.
Yeah, or just be like whatever, what in Groot language. Just be
Yeah.
like, whatever, man. Like, I'm just like, you know what I mean? There's so much drama going on in a teen's life already.
Yeah.
But now
Of course,
to be in
of
an
course.
Infinity War, it's just like,
How cool would it be if him and Peter Parker
Yep.
had a bromance?
Oh.
Yeah, that's I didn't think about that.
I would like that.
I would love
just
that.
hang out, yeah, the
Two teens just hanging out,
Yeah.
not sharing a common
Yeah.
background, not language. Obviously.
Yeah.
I am Peter. I am Groot. I am Peter.
That'd be a good scene.
But yeah, I don't think there's much else to discuss with him.
No. Tony, thoughts?
Same thing as well. He's a great support character. They're not going to kill him off. If they do, he will be probably reborn again. That'll be cool. Yeah, like we get a nice interaction to see between Groot and Peter,
That'd be
like
fun.
doing teen things, like
Yeah.
like adolescent boy things.
Yeah.
Right? Like maybe checking out a girl together. like Peter would check out a girl, then Groot would check out a tree. It's like
Yeah, they don't look like they're looking the
I know,
same
it's
thing,
like-
but
Oh my god. No, that's how we were as teenagers, guys. Like, this is like a
I
whole.
know.
Oh, yeah,
They're just
no,
gonna
so they
ignore
were
each other
social
while
media?
they're on
Yeah,
their devices.
yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
that's, yeah.
growing up to be a social media icon.
Yep.
I think you want to roll on?
I want to roll.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Drop it in.
Did you respond to Han again?
did I? I don't know.
Oh, man. Alrighty.
Oh, okay. The biggest,
Oh,
the
okay.
heaviest hitter in the
Shut
MCU,
up.
the man, the myth, the legend, Clint Barton, otherwise known as Agent Hawkeye,
Agent Hawkeye.
Agent of Shields.
Oh, true.
He was.
Yeah.
I wonder how much listeners just said, "Who the heck is Clinton Barton?"
Yeah. That's a very good point.
He's Hawkeye, not hot guy.
No.
Hawkeye.
Oh, poor
Although-
Jeremy Renner.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying he's
Okay.
not unattractive, but he's not. His name's not Hot Guy.
Right. Where did we last see Hawk?
Oh, man.
Oh my gosh.
Well, the last time we saw the Hot Guy, he was in the Ark with all the rest of the. Are we going to call them New Avengers? Or,
Yeah.
and he was
New
probably-
Avengers.
He was probably retrieved by Steve
Yes.
along with everyone else. I don't think he went in and just got Falcon and said, "Fuck you guys."
Yeah.
Can you imagine? I'll be back. I promise.
Yeah. I'll
Um,
send you a letter. But yeah, that's the last time we saw him, and we haven't seen anything in the trailers. There's actually a marked absence.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he's
Oh, wow.
not involved at all. It appears he's not involved at all.
Mm.
But he is casted. I think he's on the cast list.
Yeah. Yeah.
He is cast.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, the Russos actually came out recently and said that, don't worry, he's in it.
Yeah.
And he actually plays a pivotal role, so they won't say what it is.
Yes.
I hate the fact they said that, though.
I hope that he shoots an arrow and knocks a gem off.
Yeah.
Every next one
Yeah.
goes back to the farm.
And then he just picks it up again and puts it back.
Hey, like, I did what I had to do.
Everyone gets one.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
But apparently, I was looking at the cast list to get this list, and his wife is also in this movie too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, they have a scene.
So maybe he's just like, hey, I'm over here, guys.
Do you think that he's just like after he got saved from the Ark, he just was like, I'm gonna retire?
I feel like he would go into he wasn't retiring.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, but
so
like
like
actually,
back to retiring.
Yeah.
I think he'll show up. This is a big thing, and
All right.
all hands on deck type situation.
Yeah.
But we haven't seen him in anything, so maybe he's like a spy. He's being a spy
Oh, yeah.
somewhere,
I don't know.
Yeah.
like behind the scenes.
Tony.
I think he will. It's more of a. I think he will die. More
I
to kind
agree.
of help him as like a, but like in such a way where like maybe like the heroes are trying to escape, and you're like, okay,
Yeah,
I'll
stays
hold them.
behind,
I'll hold
yeah.
them back. And it was probably gonna fade to black. And
Yeah.
just- And like rip.
He's got one arrow left.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But he never misses. So.
it's a tough one for me. Like I don't want him to die, but he is one of the characters that could be killed.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah,
there's,
He's
Yeah.
a
there's
guy.
yeah.
I think he would just die for the sake of dying, and in that I don't. This is gonna sound really terrible, but I don't see the point of keeping him around.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, him and Natasha and a lot of the Avengers, like it almost feels like a time, like this is a time to go and start anew.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I feel, and I could see him dying. I don't know if he will, but
Right. I think it would still be very significant for the character if he didn't die, but the scene that they have him cast in is with him and his wife telling the Avengers, "Hey, you guys, I'm not going to be in this one. Like, you guys got to cover. You guys got 30 other people
Yeah.
that can go to space or do whatever, but I'm going to live my life
I
here."
shoot arrows.
And then
Guys, let's look at this. I shoot arrows.
And if anyone comes back alive, I'll just be a mentor in the background for the next generation of Avengers. I'd like that. Yeah.
That's actually a really good point because he does have that monologue to Scarlet Witch in Age of Ultron, your favorite movie, Tom, where he talks about he's just like, I'm just a man. Like, he's like, the world is flying.
Yes, exactly.
The city is flying, and I have arrows.
We're fighting robots.
He has 3 kids now.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's super grounded. He's still got that shield experience that could be applied to the next generation of Avengers, I think.
So I'm going to go on a limb and disagree with everyone here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to say he's going to survive, like Adam says.
Yeah.
But he's going to play a major role.
Like the Russo brothers
and
said.
that's why.
What makes you say that?
Well, the Russos also.
Yeah.
But I think what they're doing is there's a specific reason they're leaving him out of this. Because you're right. It could it could be something simple as him dying, but I think they would have left him in the IMDb credits for that, right? There's something with his character that's going to happen in this movie that I feel is going to play a big part in the next one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I don't know if it's going to be like, as you said, maybe a double agent thing that's going to happen, right? Or something's going to happen.
I hope it's not again.
I
hope
know
that they don't do that
they're going to
again.
mind control him again.
No,
but
no.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know he's not going to die, but...
Yeah. I mean, on the one hand, I feel like he can die, but on the other hand, why would he?
Why would he?
At this point.
Yeah.
I feel like it does have to have impact, and I think Steve, if that happens to Steve, then there's really no other reason at this point to kill anyone else.
I think that if /when Steve dies, it'll be the last death
Yeah.
Mhm.
in Infinity War.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first movie, yes.
Yeah.
We're back on that again.
I'm still not ready.
It's gonna keep coming back. All right, I'm just gonna roll and we're gonna move on. Okay, here we go. Oh, the Vision.
Pretty sure it's just Vision.
Sorry, Vision. A
The-
gem holder. It's stone. One of the people that have the stone.
Last we saw Vision.
He was watching War Machine go in for an MRI after he shot him out of the air by accident.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
right.
you went real specific in the last place we saw.
Well, I really wanted to be like,
No,
he
it's
made
a very, very
Vision
good
made a
point.
mistake. Yeah, almost killed one of his teammates.
That's a very good point.
Yeah.
Okay. Adam, do you want to start us off?
Thanks. I like looking at what has been shown in the trailers for Infinity War, and there is a really great moment of Wanda and Vision, and they're just embracing one another, so they have a life together, which I think is very special. And if anything happens to him, it'll be definitely very high stakes emotionally because he didn't exist until the Mind Stone was put into an android body or something like that, right?
It's a mix of
magic and technology, which is beautiful.
And vibranium.
Vibranium.
So, about that.
Yeah.
So he's had a huge arc of just being nothing, becoming synthesized, and now he's human. Even in that scene where they're embracing each other, he's got human-like skin color, and hair.
Oh my god, I don't think I even noticed
It
that.
looked like it to me. So he's like a guy. He's a man. He's human.
Oh my god.
And he may need to make a human sacrifice, or maybe just gets attacked. I don't know. But it seems like because he's so tied to the Mind Stone.
Yeah.
The question is, does he still exist when the stone's not in him?
Yeah.
Or what happens? So there's just a lot of questions, but he plays a huge role in this movie, I'd say.
That's a very good point. I didn't realize that because we do see in the trailer that Thanos is just like trying to grab that mind, but it doesn't necessarily mean that he dies. You're right. He could exist.
It also doesn't mean that he gets it either.
True.
True.
Yeah.
But just with what Adam's
Of
saying
course,
about this seemingly new form, that's a very good
He
point.
could just be significantly less powerful.
Yeah, or not, or just like an AI system, right? Like not a human.
And you were saying that he's had a great arc, like becoming whatever, but this is really Jarvis's arc as well. Like it goes back to the first Iron Man. This is a character that's been here the entire time, and only just now been actualized, I guess.
I forgot.
So he's a pretty significant role. I think he'll survive. Because I don't want him to die.
Yeah.
He's one of the few Avengers I'd like to see continue forward into the next generation.
Yeah.
Because he's still a child.
He's still
Like,
Technically,
yeah.
Krishna?
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna die either. To be honest with you, I think they showed you scenes where it looks like he's dying,
Yeah.
but again, it's a bait and switch kind of thing. So I think what Adam's saying is right. I think maybe they're gonna try to take the stone off of him, which might depower him a bit, but I think he survives that.
Yeah.
Tony?
I think they're gonna. I think he is gonna die, but they'll bring him back.
Yeah.
I feel like it'll be like it's one of those things where it's a death that'll drive the plot,
Mhm.
Yes.
right?
Oh,
And
yeah.
and it's
Well, you're
more-
saying about Wanda, yeah.
Yeah, so like I'm sure they'll like probably at the end of the second they'll probably bring him back, like
Yeah.
find a way to bring him back.
Yeah.
So he's not permadead. That's
Yeah.
what I'm trying to say.
True.
Yeah, I would agree, yeah.
Actually,
There's a chance.
that's interesting with the thought of bringing him back. But what you see in a new form, you see Vision in a new form. I'm going to watch the trailer again and kind of take a closer look at that. That could very well just be fantasy.
dream, yeah,
it
yeah.
could be Wanda's.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
like
Like she
she
wants
wants
this to happen.
what she wants and
Mhm.
not necessarily him existing in another form.
That's
Good
true.
point.
If I just want to bring y'all down for a second.
Yeah, because in the same trailer, you
Well,
can see him like with a regular face color too.
Yeah.
when Thanos is attacking him.
Yeah.
To what Tony was saying, like I agree that he could die. I'm using quotation marks, dear listeners.
Yeah.
I'm using those hand quotation marks. He could appear to die,
Mhm.
and that could spark Scarlet Witch, just like Adam was saying when we were talking about Scarlet Witch, to blow up and make some big dramatic thing, and then he may not actually be dead. So yeah, there's a lot there. It's really hard to tell Vision.
Yeah.
He's
It
very
is.
new.
Let's move on.
Let's do it. Adam, you want to roll this dice?
Sure. Hmm.
All right, Black Widow time. We already talked about Hawkeye.
So Black Widow time.
Natasha Romanoff or Black Widow,
Oh,
Agent of Shield.
Where did we last see Black Widow?
Talking to Tony at the Avengers facility following the events of the airport attack in Captain America: Civil War.
Team Cap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Team Cap. I mean, she betrayed them too. Yeah,
Betrayed,
she
but
was
didn't-
Team Team Iron Man, but then sort of kind of betrayed them.
She was just Black Widow about it.
Yeah.
There's no betrayal. Like
She decided it was
It's
Black
still-
Widow time.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
And that's all we have to say about Black Widow. Tony, I'm gonna have you start us off.
Black Widow. I think she'll survive. I think from what I've heard in terms of internet talk and forums, there's been talk of like other projects with Black Widow. So that's all I gotta say for that. She's gonna survive. There's probably plans for her in the future.
Yeah.
Plus, she's like what, like a super agent, so she can hide in the shadows.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
knows how to evade
Yeah.
Thanos.
She
Yeah,
goes
no,
straight.
that's true.
Yeah.
She goes straight side to side.
Yeah.
To avoid.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
That's just in and out of cover. In
Is
and out of
that
cover.
all you have to do to like beat Thanos? Like is that?
And she has if I'm not mistaken, so this appears
Serpentine.
in the comics. She has a minor version of the super soldier serum. It's not the same as Cap's, but in this, I would venture a guess that she does have it. They didn't say that she did, but at the same time, she's taken hits that should have killed a normal
Exactly.
human. So I feel like, I mean, at least she has the capability of holding her own on a battlefield. We've seen it before, and yeah, so I think she'll survive. Like, you're right. There's more story to tell with her. They're like dribs and drabs of her background.
In Civil War, we see that she has like a past working relationship with T'Challa,
Mhm.
and we see that she's on the front lines in Wakanda, and I
right.
think that she might have some sort of stake in, or like she holds some sort of presence in Wakanda. Like who knows?
Right.
Because you're right,
cool,
she's
yeah.
very subtle. Like she can sort of evade, I guess. I think going back to having her as like an advisor again
Right,
for like
yeah.
the new generation.
Mhm.
I originally was gonna go into this and say I think she's gonna die because
Yeah.
she's expendable,
Yeah.
but
To an extent, yeah.
but like I think I think after hearing what Tony said about how he's read in forums that
Well,
It's
yeah,
just all
okay, I can-
speculation though.
Yeah,
Compared to Hawkeye, like I don't think she's nearly as expendable. And
agreed.
I think if Hawkeye were to die, it'd be more like
Yeah.
dramatic. She has wife and kids and everything, so
Yeah.
there would be a big thing.
Yeah.
There. But I think she'll survive.
Yeah, no, that's
I don't see the point of killing her.
I see her surviving too. I mean, I don't see exactly the same. I don't see her them kill. I mean, I think I'd be surprised if she suddenly just died.
Yep.
But I
Yeah,
think
that's
what's going to be really impactful is sorry, I'm going to go back to this again. When Cap does die.
No.
Yeah.
I remember in Civil War, her comforting Cap when Peggy Carter died, right? She's like,
Yeah.
no, I didn't want you to be alone
Yeah.
at that point. And I think it's going to hit her because everyone's expecting Bucky Barnes to be hit really hard with Cap's death.
Yeah.
I think it's going to hit her harder
Yeah.
than Bucky. So,
Interesting.
that's my take on. I'm just looking at the impact of Cap's death.
Yeah,
and
Of course,
everything.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's a big deal, so
Yeah.
it's good to look at it.
Sorry for going back there again.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah, I should put Bucky on the primary list.
You didn't?
I didn't.
Oh
What?
shit.
Yeah, you know what? We'll talk to him. We'll
Oh,
talk
yeah,
about him
yeah.
after.
That's-
Okay,
fine.
Like
yeah.
him on the secondary.
So,
list
yeah,
is still
I
fine,
agree
too.
with
Yeah,
that too.
you can start off the
Yeah. I think he's gonna get on the primary
Ooh.
list, if you know what I mean.
Foreshadowing in a really obvious way.
Why did I even roll? We only have one more.
We have-
Guys, we're talking about Gamora.
Yeah.
From the Guardians of the Galaxy fame, last seen in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Yep.
She was talking to Nebula,
Yep.
who is definitely on the secondary list, who was dead set on running off to kill Thanos.
Mm-hmm.
And going by the timeline of the movies, somebody's actually marked it out. When did this happen?
Huh.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 technically happened in 2014 of the MCU universe. It was released in 2016? 2017? It doesn't matter. But technically it happened right after Guardians 1,
Okay.
before a lot of the Phase 2 or Phase 3 stuff happened.
Mm.
So that means Nebula has been off
Right.
going for Thanos for a while. So what's Gamora been doing?
Ooh. Good question.
Charge. Oh yeah. No.
I mean, we know that they show up at some point and connect with Thor, it looks like, and then she
And
goes to
she
Earth.
is she's on Earth in the Sanctum with Tony Stark.
Yeah.
I feel like I need to say Tony Stark because Tony's
I-
right here.
Yeah.
So we know that they separate
Yeah.
at some point, a divide and conquer situation.
Yeah, it looks like the Guardians do split off.
Yeah.
So.
But I think we're gonna have to just go with the obvious here and say what we think is gonna happen with Gamora. Krishna.
I think she's gonna die.
I think there's a high chance she'll die.
So one thing quickly, with the Soul Stone that no one knows where it is.
Yeah.
To activate that stone, you have to sacrifice something, and I think Thanos actually loves Gamora,
Yeah.
and I think he's gonna kill her.
Yeah.
Whoa. So they say that in the comics.
In the comic,
Like in all forms of the Infinity
you
War
have to
story.
sacrifice
Really?
something for the Soul Stone.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
So I have a feeling that's what's gonna happen, and I think Gamora is gonna bite the dust.
That was the one Guardian that I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I'm pretty confident they're going to kill a Guardian. It's going to be Gamora.
Mhm.
Yeah.
She's closest connected to
I'm
Thanos.
so glad Mantis is surviving. I would choose Mantis over Gamora any day.
I
love
want to see
Mantis.
more of
Yeah.
Mantis. So
I do
yeah,
love
great.
Mantis.
But anyway, we're talking about
Hilarious.
Gamora.
Yeah.
I think that's a very good point
Mm.
because in the trailer we see the flashback
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
of her as a child with Thanos,
Yeah.
and I forgot about the whole sacrifice
Whoa.
thing.
Yeah, that's yeah, I mean even before I knew about the sacrifice thing, I completely forgot about that. But even before that, I thought, Gamora is probably going to die. There's a chance she won't.
Yeah.
Because once again, this is not a Guardians movie. This is an Avengers movie.
Oh, that's
so
true. Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to kill a
Yeah.
Guardian, but at the same time,
You can
it's so
kill
connected.
a Guardian and turn back time. You can kill a Guardian and
True.
change reality. You can-
We have a lot of ridiculously powerful artifacts in
Yeah.
play right now. So anything can happen.
Yes. Tony.
So we-
oh, sorry, Adam.
Oh no, I was just gonna say like the Soul Stone isn't present,
No.
No.
so it would have to be discovered, established, and
Or
then
summoned in
and the
some way.
sacrifice will all have to be
So-
made in this one movie.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Who knows, right?
No, that's a good point too.
I mean, you get the space and time gem together, and you just like reach out and grab
Yes,
it. Like,
non-linear timeline in the MCU.
Yeah,
Jesus.
Oh man, sorry, Tony.
I'm either torn between in terms of level of importance, Drax or Gamora. I think there'd be I feel like there would be something like Drax and Gamora somehow attacking Thanos, but I think the question, like that whole question is like the whole Soul Stone and sacrificing something. That I think that'll be like a driving plot line to the second movie.
Yeah,
So it won't be like I don't think Thanos will have all 5 gems.
Right.
6 gems like in the first movie. But
No,
definitely, it's definitely a lead into that. That's a great lead in to the next movie, just because it's like someone's gonna die and everyone's gonna try to figure out who. And I think that's gonna be like between. Again, Gamora is definitely a great candidate. She's the daughter.
She's Thanos' daughter.
Thanos'
Well,
daughter.
adopted.
Adopted.
Yeah. More like he straight up killed her parents.
Yeah,
and
and
took
killed her for
I
time.
don't
Yeah.
think-
Oh yeah.
I really don't think that anybody could survive having sex with Thanos or bearing Thanos'
Maybe
child.
death, right?
Yeah, maybe death.
Brody, chill.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. The guy's pretty cruel, and he's also rather large and very strong. So it wouldn't go well. I don't think anyone could survive
Just,
bearing a
just
super strong
angry
child.
sex all the time.
Yeah.
Angry.
Gamora will
Maybe
survive.
Jessica Jones. I don't know. Anyway.
That's off topic for a second.
So anyway, all of his daughters are adopted. That's all I'm
Yeah,
saying. This is
yeah.
what we're trying to say here.
All right.
Yep.
He's infertile.
Gamora's fate will be decided in the second movie.
Ooh.
Whoa.
I agree with you there, actually.
Yeah.
Sound like a Russo.
I know, right? It's a
I
third-
should have said that. Yes, I don't know. She's gonna die. I don't know which movie.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah.
It could be this one. It could be the next one. May not be any of them.
That's
Yeah.
true. Very
No,
true.
that's true.
Oh, man.
And with that last oh man from Adam, that wraps up part 1 of this, where we exclusively talked about the primary characters. And into part 2, we're going to immediately start with talking about the secondary characters. Now, if you don't agree with Andrew's classification system, as I'm sure you've heard, we didn't agree with every single consideration of primary and secondary that he gave. Write to us, comment. We'd love to hear from you. And hopefully you enjoyed part 1, and will be joining us again for part 2. Thanks so much. Bye.